as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Their own 26-yard line.
First down, McDonald. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here on 42. And finally getting it got inside the 15-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's a hungry man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, who's this?
Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. From the gun, Bridgewater. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run for the first down here.
Yes.
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. The interception in the red zone.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Bridgewater. Flushed out right. Open man is the tight end McBride. Take it down, but not before they work it across midfield. It is a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
On the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Taken down back at the 42.
After the sack on 1st down, Bridgewater. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense. Secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. This one ended up incomplete.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. Listen to
this is taken in. It's complete.
Did this nigga fall?
Reaches the 38. It's a big play there for the Lions. 42 yards. Throwing on 1st down. McDonald slings this deep from McLaurin. Touchdown, Detroit. Terry McLaurin, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Lions have taken the lead. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be at practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This will make it into the end zone. He's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings. Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than
the punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. Pressure, he's brought down. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
On 2nd down. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Well, 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Lions will take over. Offense ready to kick off their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like.
Can I get you to do something?
Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at
I need you to look at this game.
When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st and 10, McDonald escaping the pressure.
God damn it. Is that a linebacker?
It's across midfield and inside the 45.
I need you to look at this game.
26 yards. An entertaining start to this.
I just want to see what the hell going on out here. I'm not sure.
On 1st down, McDonald going for the deep ball. And he fires one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown, season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now Bridgewater and the Vikings decide they'll go for 2. They just do get the play off. Now Bridgewater. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
Vikings 8, Lions 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start with the option. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown.
Austin Seibert on for the point.
And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, Murphy?
Yeah, do I ever.
Taken in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
The 38-yard line.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He's tackled.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Bridgewater eluding the pressure right. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Too strong. Down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the gun, McDonald. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Matt Breida, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
Austin Seibert set.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Left side caught by Diggs.
Complete to Stephon.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Throwing on 1st down. McDonald. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
First down, Lions.
They go counter with Breida. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taken in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory, just a little time, do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Javon Hargrave able to record his 5th sack of the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. Taking a shot for Samuel. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Bridgewater on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bell. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Ball carrier.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And his throw is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Bridgewater now. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. Oh, Bridgewater intercepted for the third time. He's picked off at his own 46. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
This will be taken in by Hightower. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Lions 35, Vikings 8. Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
15 yards on the play, first down. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Given back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
49-yard line.
Now Bridgewater. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play there, second down.
2nd and 10.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They get this out quickly to the left side. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their...
He's got daylight. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Lions 42, Vikings 8.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. This pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 17. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Seibert on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Lions 49, Vikings 8. Austin Seibert.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this carries into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
Number 35.
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
On second down, here's the option. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. From the gun, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Bell. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Bridgewater. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A catch and run, good for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 30.
First down, Bridgewater. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And it's 3rd down.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's McDonald. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Detroit.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On the delay, here's Breida. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 48-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald. That escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chalked that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Throwing on 3rd and long. McDonald. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 49. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Play fake. Bridgewater going deep for Diggs. And this is caught. The young connection hook up there. Bridgewater to Diggs. 46 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
It'll be intercepted. Well, it's picked. A big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
It's a gain of
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing is McDonald. And he finds McLaurin. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Gain of 15 yards and lead.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First, good for 20 and a first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Bridgewater to throw it. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. 34-yard line. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Bridgewater. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Come on, let's get him.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time? He's into the clear. The 30, 10. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Vikings 8.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.